All right, so this is episode 3 of the Wallcast of our new form of video chatting using Zoom. We are
not
all
sponsored.
on our own.
Not yet.
Not sponsored.
Not yet. Zoom, we could be.
This is with Matthew and I from the same location, and Philip J. Canarelli returning, Grant Klinkner, Nick Bartolotti, Logan Reed, and Sam Hollenbeck, all joining us from their homes. We're going to kick it off with some topics that you guys sent us, and then we're also going to go in probably wild tangents like we always do. So,
Pretty
Sam,
classic.
Sounds like the formula.
Yep.
So that's our formula, man. All right.
So, Sam, why don't you lead us off with our first topic?
Our first topic today is from Sean, who just asked, does Frank like anything?
No.
And I DM'd him to say no.
Do I like anything? It's a tough question.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely things that I like, but I tend to complain about most things.
Even the things that he does like.
Yeah, Frank's just a harsh critic.
Pop culture always has loopholes and things to like point out. Always. Everything you watch.
Well, I mean,
pop culture.
It's because it's made by people, and people can only be so perfect.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Like,
unless you're Hirohiko Araki, then you are a perfect
like you're right.
being.
Like the Last Jedi movie. I'm sure that movie has nothing to poke holes in. I'm sure.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying that
No, I mean,
everything does.
Frank,
No,
we are all agreeing with your points.
It's very rare that something comes out that's like a knock your socks off type of thing. Like, Avengers Infinity War was good, so was Endgame, but they, like, if you're a true comic fan, you've read the comics, like, there's definitely loopholes and stuff like that. They were great movies. Like, even Ragnarok. Like, I'll be the first one to complain about Ragnarok.
I'm very happy that you're complaining about Ragnarok on the question that Sean asked, because he loves Ragnarok so much. Yeah.
Yes. I'm actually
This will be a test on if you listen.
Everything that Sean likes and complain about that.
Complain about everything Sean enjoys.
But no,
Sean
Ragnarok
likes podcasting. Fuck podcasts.
Ragnarok was an entertaining movie. I enjoyed it. But from story-wise, I'd rather vomit in a trash can.
I mean,
I don't know why we have this.
The story worked for the way they formatted it. I don't think the story was the problem. It's just when you compare it to the things that it was based off of, that's when it kind of becomes an issue. Like when they say, oh, this is going to be Planet Hulk and Thor Ragnarok mixed together, which don't at all blend.
No.
But let's just make that a movie. And
I also absolutely
not either.
I hate retconning, and I hate when they try to redo, like Star Wars. The entire Star Wars universe wrote itself into a corner in the 70s and have never been able to evolve past that. Besides the extended universe stuff, the books, the animated shows, which, like, well, some of the animated, but for the most of the part that they just
You mean the people with creative freedom were able to move past that?
Yes, and then they just threw all that in the garbage.
Crazy.
Yes.
Crazy. What a concept.
It's like Warner Brothers with DC, where we're going to give
Don't
you guys
remind me of
creative
Warner
freedom.
Brothers with DC.
Please make a movie, and then we're just going to come through and just axe off half the shit that you created. So, in simplistic answer, I really don't like anything.
All right. Great. Answer that question. All right. Next, we're going to do our other stupid question, and then we'll have the real one. Cody wants to know how much y'all charge for kisses.
$3.99.
Depends.
Yeah,
Depends.
Cody,
It depends on location and time.
It's true. Do I need to commute? Because that adds in.
I didn't even mean commuting. I just meant like how long.
How long you're kissing?
Or if I'm
It's
blindfolded,
true.
or I have to see you.
Like a 2-second kiss on the
That's
cheek,
also a
maybe
factor.
$10, but that's about
You
it.
sub to my
All right,
fan
I'm
zone,
yeah.
you get a free
No,
one.
I'm kind of agreeing with Matt's pricing right now.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta factor in time, because if someone says, "Oh, well, I want to kiss on the lips," and it's gotta be for a fucking hour.
Then that's much more.
That's
Yeah.
a grand.
That's
Yeah.
an easy grand, yeah, 100%.
That's an easy grand.
freest money I've ever made.
All right. Everyone happy with our answer?
That was a great.
Yeah,
topic.
you can PayPal me at Matthew Albertine at PayPal.
No, cash.
Yeah, I'll put my.
Oh yeah,
Venmo
actually no,
in my
Venmo me.
bio.
Yeah, Venmo me.
Yeah,
instead.
I'll put my Venmo in the
Yeah.
bio. So.
Yes.
Do you follow Little Yachty on Instagram?
Next question, please.
Not on Instagram, no.
Who's Little Yachty?
Don't worry about it.
All right, so Long story short, he made a guy drink piss on his live stream for 2,000. Nick, after Timmy said that, I watched the whole thing. That guy's weird. Little Yachty's a weird guy.
Oh yeah, Little Yachty's a fucking nut job. I love him.
I mean, he made someone drink
to like beat the shit out of each other and drink weird shit.
Dude, what do you expect when you're fucking 19 years old and you're one of the most famous fucking pop stars on the planet?
Okay, so this is a wild tangent that I'm putting an end to.
All right.
Tim,
All right. Now we have like an actual question, I guess, where they said it'd be cool if you could talk about upcoming and recent releases, in parentheses, RE3 and FF7 remakes. So like,
I mean, besides gaming, there's not really any new releases in movies or pop culture.
oh yeah, no, nothing's releasing.
Yeah. I mean, they're not even keeping up with all the the streaming content and digital content, which is just insane.
Yeah, I was gonna say they all have to work from home, so it's gonna take months.
No, but I'm saying like the stuff like I noticed like Bloodshot is on Amazon, like you can buy it, or so is the Sonic movie. Like movies that just released or movies that are done just sitting on a shelf right now. Like just release those to the people. Like it's not like movie theaters are gonna survive this anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Please don't make me depressed, Frank.
I mean,
I love a movie theater.
Upcoming releases as far as video games, like there's not really a whole lot that's on my radar. RE3 does look really good, to be honest.
Warfare Battle Pass Season 3 comes out on Tuesday.
Yeah, DLC doesn't count.
DLC doesn't count. Sorry, Grant.
I'll play with you, Grant.
RE3 did look really good. I don't know much about FF7.
I mean, if it's remastered,
I don't either.
If it's remastered, honestly, like I'm not a big fan of Final Fantasy, and I played the original 7. If it's remastered and they updated a lot, I think it would be enjoyable.
Yes, they updated a lot. It is no longer a JRPG. It is.
But I really hate turn-based action.
It's not turn-based anymore. It's
Wait,
action. It's like God of War style.
Really? Oh, so it's more like
shit.
It's more like FF15.
It's a remake, not a remaster.
Oh.
That's the big thing you have to remember.
Does it still have better graphics?
Yes, it has phenomenal graphics.
No, they just kept the same graphics. They just completely changed out everything else, though.
And also with a post done by Sony, they actually, some copies got sent out early as April 1st, while everyone should have it by the 10th when it actually releases. So some people do have early copies already, and they are blowing through the story.
So we've also covered pretty much what we're all doing in quarantine, but Phil is the new addition. So Phil, what have you been doing?
Well, I feel like our quarantine content has probably since updated since the last
I was
time
gonna
we
say,
checked in.
I'm not doing the same shit that I was.
I mean,
Yeah, how dare you assume Matt's doing the same shit, Frank?
I never do the same thing more than twice.
But real quick to stay on video games, sorry, Phil. Did you guys see the rumor that Nintendo's like redoing a bunch of old Mario games?
Yes,
for like Mario's birthday.
Yeah,
for the Switch. Like
64,
like Mario
64.
Sunshine, my shit.
Really?
I love Mario Sunshine.
I will buy Mario Sunshine and 64.
Well, the speculation is that it's going to be like a bundle pack. So like for $60, you'll get a bunch of these Mario games, which I am hype about if this actually happens.
Honestly, the only reason why I would buy it would be 64 and Sunshine.
I would 100%
actually,
buy
no.
it.
Mario Galaxy 1.
Mario Galaxy, you're right. Mario Galaxy will be on it.
Sunshine.
Apparently,
Sunshine's so good. Sunshine was so criminally underrated when it first
Sunshine
released.
is so good. Galaxy is so good. Apparently, they're also going to do a new Paper Mario.
Oh, really?
Yes!
Maybe they'll put him in Smash.
Galaxy, I'm pretty sure Galaxy won Game of the Year when it released.
Galaxy was a great game. I remember when I 100%ed Galaxy. That's how much I liked it. Like, did all the stupid side quests and stuff. I was so up into it.
I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to work on the Switch because you don't have the. I mean, I guess you still do have the.
I would love if they got rid of motion controls. I would love nothing more than if it was the same game, just sans motion control.
Yeah, I never like motion controls in really anything.
No, because I hate having to sit there and like stretch like crazy to do things.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Like,
I'd be happy.
You're telling me you didn't get Ring Fit Adventure?
I want you to know. I actually thought about getting Ring Fit Adventure.
I really kind of want
Don't you dare! That game is amazing. Don't you dare sit on it.
I heard it was pretty good, to be honest.
I heard Ring Fit Adventure is actually really good, and I was like, well, I mean, exercise when I'm stuck at home.
Leave it to Nintendo to do the thing that Xbox tried to do, but better.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
True. But yeah, so wanted to talk about that real quick before we moved on.
What releases for video games aside from
I
that?
mean, we can talk about the games that recently came out, I guess.
I mean, everything on Steam.
But
is
we kind of
released
already
soon.
talked about those. I mean, I can talk about Animal Crossing again.
I was gonna say I could talk about Doom again. I mean,
Yeah, we can talk about that again. My Animal Crossing town has the Able Sisters now, if anyone wanted an update.
Not in the Able Sisters yet.
I mean, I got them in this week, Nick. I didn't mean like today.
Well, I mean, I have.
It took a while for her to come to my town. Don't Able Sisters shame me.
Has the stall, but she won't build the shop.
Yeah, you gotta talk to her like 3 times.
I've bought so much from her. She's just greedy.
Is slave labor a thing in Animal Crossing?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's called Make
I
Nick
mean-
Do It.
it's called Tom Nook.
Yeah, you are the slaves.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You're pretty much just an
Yeah.
indentured servant to Tom Nook, and that's
Basically.
the plot of Animal Crossing, from what
I
I
mean,
know.
low key,
So I guess-
but
So,
Yeah.
Sam, would that be your update for quarantine? That
I wouldn't even really consider that that's an update on Animal Crossing, which would have been occurring without a quarantine.
Oh, Sam, how's JoJo going?
Oh, I'm still watching part 2. I haven't finished
Oh.
part 2 yet. But if you wanted an update on how like into it I am, Spotify put the theme for part 1 on my daily mix. So
Somoshino Sadame, an
So
absolute bomb.
I'm very into it. I am mad though that they changed the theme for part 2. And I meant to talk about this last week because I've been in part 2. I've been in part 2 for a while, but the part 1 theme slaps.
But part 2's theme is also a banger.
Yeah, but I like part 1's theme better, and that's gonna be my hot take.
I like part 1 and part 2. Wait till you get to part 3.
Yeah, I'm still in part 2.
Part 3's both of part 3, because part 3 I think has 2 openings, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
Technically,
yep.
ooh.
technically 3,
Yeah.
but 2 main openings. Actually,
The
Yeah, I
clothing-
mean, I'm still
more.
very
the
much into
clothing
it.
stuff is pretty good too.
Well, they
yeah.
they use Walk Like an Egyptian for
Yeah.
part 3.
Do they really?
Yeah, because it's the whole journey to Egypt. So that's why.
Oh, that's exciting. I
But,
can't wait for
part
that.
1 and 2, like ending theme of Roundabout, like
Oh,
how do you
yeah.
top that?
I mean,
Like-
I wish I was like live streaming my face when I realized that Roundabout was going to be the end of the episode every time because I was excited.
That's what got me
Um,
into JoJo's was seeing that like the to be continued meme and then Roundabout.
yeah,
thing,
the
'cause
To
I
Be
love
Continued
Yes.
meme.
Like
I get that
love
content.
that song.
I have been getting so much JoJo's content just like on my social media because like the algorithm knows now. Like my
Don't get
TikTok
spoilers.
is only people doing like the JoJo's poses.
Yes. Don't get spoilers though because
No, I
spoilers
haven't.
are bountiful and
Phil,
they
I will
bring a
say
lot.
it is
Phil,
taking me like a while to watch it because the dub is
The random
awful.
note. He was just.
So I
about
have to like watch it with the sub because I hate the dub. So it takes
Yeah.
me a while to watch it because I need to be like not on my phone while watching it.
Yeah.
Where like I could just like plow through shows that are just like in English.
Question.
Yeah, I mean the only new thing I watched Platform last night,
Black
Oh.
Clover.
which was really good.
Anybody see
Highly
this?
recommend.
I
It's-
watched, as far as like new things go, I'm still watching JoJo's obviously, but I watched the new Pixar movie Onward that I said in week 1 I would watch.
Yeah, I went to watch that the other night, and I literally just.
It's really good. I feel like you guys would all like it because it's basically like D&D the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
kinda
it's
what I
very-
gathered.
That's
It's
is that the one with,
aggressively
It's Chris Pratt and
about
Tom
D&D.
Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
And
I
it's
mean,
so much
for that alone,
so-
I'd probably watch it.
It's so much so involves D&D that like they thank D&D in the credits. But
really?
it's really good. Yeah. They like I guess they take like certain like they use references that are like actually in like D&D. But it's very good. It's also under 2 hours we stand and very emotional. Like it's low-key sad the entire movie.
The last thing that I watched that I got super emotional on was the ending for Steven Universe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that too, Matt. I got sad.
Yeah, it was real sad.
It
real
was sad.
fucking sad.
You
Well,
watch
'cause
the
so-
universe?
So
What?
okay, the
There was
last
my high
the last
school
part,
walk around with that shirt on every day.
huh?
The red with shirt with the yellow star. Every
Yeah.
day I walk around with that shirt on.
Good
I
shirt.
used to have it. I still have it somewhere.
It's a good shirt.
Yeah, but like
Shirts.
the last part of the show was literally all dedicated to how the future is going to turn out, and like it does like a big time skip. And it kind of time skips to the end of everything that was going on with the original show, like all the main plot lines and stuff like that. So now it just jumps into Steven. He's like 17 years old, and he pretty much has no idea what he wants to do with his life.
Very relatable.
All he's known is like saving people and fucking helping people, and now he doesn't have to do that anymore. But like the last like 4 episodes are him just having like a complete psychological break, and it is legitimately like hard to watch at points just from like seeing the shit he's going through.
I've never watched that show. Should I?
Yeah.
Honestly, you should. It's very good.
I really love the show. The biggest problem with it is it has the hardest time like keeping going. Like there's so many times where they'll introduce such a cool plot point and then just never touch back on it until fucking 20 episodes.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like that and Gravity Falls are like 2 huge.
Gravity Falls is something that's super good and I highly recommend. Also,
I watched that as a kid. And
I will say,
I just
Nick, if you have like the time to binge watch, you should totally watch Steven Universe, because that whole
I'm finishing Dragon Ball still. I'm almost done.
Like,
I'm not sure if you have the time right now, but Steven Universe is also like it's pretty luxurious to watch because it's only 10-minute episodes.
And if you binge watch it, that plot
he's got Piccolo.
I just finished season 4. I'm on the last season now.
Oh, for
Dragon Ball.
Original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I watched Z and then I went back and watched the original.
How have you not finished any of the Dragon Ball stuff yet?
I mean, I did.
You haven't finished any of the Dragon Ball stuff?
Who, me? Oh, no, I've seen it all.
Oh, okay.
But I'm asking how Nick hasn't completely demolished.
Well, because Dan got me on Z. He was like, just watch this. So I watched Z with him. Then he never saw original Dragon Ball, and I wanted to watch that. So I went back, started that on the last season right now. And then I want to watch Super, but I know how much Frank loves Super.
Honestly,
back to Frank not liking that.
Honestly, you know what? I think you actually did it the right way if you want to watch Super.
I agree.
Because Super does have a lot of callbacks to OG Dragon Ball.
Really?
So, I mean, you'll see a lot more.
That's like one of the only good things about Super.
That's one of my favorite things about Super is just the amount of just constant like love letters back to the OG.
Pilaf in it?
Huh? Yeah, like Pilaf.
Really?
Like,
Pilaf is
a rally. Ader shows up.
Oh, really?
Ader's in it for like 10 seconds.
Literally a scene, but like still cool.
No, I don't think he talks. They just show him.
They just show him like it shows him in 2 different scenes. I think
they show him right
both times where they're like showing the last humans left. He like appears in the cave and is like standing there. I mean, it's just such an unnecessary thing that they did, but it's still
just
cool
a good little fan service.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's another scene too, like when Goku is waiting outside because Baba's in it again.
Oh yeah, when he goes to where
when he's waiting for Baba, he's standing there like training and like you see him like shadow fighting. What's cool is if you actually put that scene right against his fight with Grandpa Gohan,
it's the same move.
It's the same exact fucking
Really?
fight. Yeah,
That's
which is
cool.
so neat.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's never really a side, especially because that's not like something they ever really show in Dragon Ball throughout all of it. Dragon Ball Z and Super is like the more actual mentality of Goku. Like it's kind of cool to see him have that sentiment.
Like I mean, I think
right.
I enjoyed Dragon Ball more than I enjoyed Dragon Ball Z.
I agree. I think Dragon Ball is objectively the best.
I feel like they're different shows. I mean, they're different.
They
shows.
are. They're completely different shows.
Like Dragon Ball is more like an adventure tale about like a kid.
Dragon Ball is more of like your typical like
but in
shonen. Like,
but in Dragon Ball, like a lot of the things matter. Like in Dragon Ball Z, it's just who can have the highest power.
Well, I mean, in Dragon Ball, things were very grounded. You know, I mean, like the biggest, really non sequitur of the entire show is the Kamehameha, which is shown to be this extremely powerful and crazy move. I mean, like there's the Dodon Ray, and like there's different techniques and
Goku
stuff.
turning into a gigantic ape 3 times.
He's an alien. Like, what do you expect?
No, but I'm saying like that's not very grounded. Like I wouldn't say the show is grounded.
It's not.
It's just I think the show stays more true to its points. Like in other words, in Dragon Ball Z, it's just I'm gonna build my power level to a point where like I'm just unbeatable. Or Super,
Dragon
where
Ball
I'm gonna
Z
build my power level, but still try to ground it, which still doesn't work.
Yeah, that's the thing. Super tried to do both at the same time, and it just really didn't work.
Dragon Ball Z is just like
and then they
3.
retconned it.
I
basically
think the super
3
manga
sagas.
did a better job of doing
Of-
that.
Well, but
With
then they
showing technique
doing that.
versus it's not retcon, it's just technically they're 2 different
well,
canons.
no, depending on where the show goes next, you're talking about like wizard that comes out and like
Yeah.
takes their actual god form powers away from them, which
The super manga, like I really want to get back into the super manga because they're doing a lot of stuff that is kind of reminiscent of OG Dragon Ball, where it's literally like Goku and Vegeta become part of the Space Patrol, and it's literally just them adventuring through space.
This
Which-
isn't the super manga?
Yeah,
Really?
Star Trek was
Sounds
saying.
cool.
yeah. I mean, that's I'll sign me up.
I'd read that, yeah.
Watch that. I was gonna say I'll read, watch, listen. I don't care. I mean, I'm just a big Dragon Ball fan. I'll support anything they put out for the most part, even GT as much as.
I'm debating on whether or not I should watch GT.
Um.
I feel like I'll get to it eventually, but it's not on the list.
Yeah, that's kind of how I would leave it.
What
GT
was
does a lot
that
of.
game that had like the Dragon Ball characters in it, and then all the other
Xenoverse?
in it? It was
Oh,
some-
Jump Force. Jump
Oh
Force.
yeah, Jump Force. Yeah.
I heard that wasn't good.
It'd be awful.
So that's like there's another fighting game. It's called like J Stars, I think, if I remember correctly. Which I think is the successor to that. But they all kind of play the same. They don't play well, to be honest. It's
I
just-
spent $60 on Jump Force the night it released so Matthew and I could play it, and we played it for like 3 matches and never again.
Oh
I mean,
man.
I liked Xenoverse a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of felt that the fighting was a little bland.
yeah,
I love
Xenoverse
that-
is fun,
the
but
customization and the world you're in. It's just a
Yes.
Dragon Ball world.
Xenoverse is fun, but as a fighting game, I don't think it stands up very well.
Hey, yeah, it's all the fights are the
Super
same.
Saiyan bargain sale?
I don't know
But I
if you
did
guys
play the
talked
shit
about
out
this
of
already,
Xenoverse too.
but have you guys talked about ARMS coming to Smash yet?
Oh,
We have not.
No, I
We
don't
have
want to
not.
acknowledge it, Phil.
What is that?
The fighting game. on the
What
Switch
is that?
with the big
Arms.
arms.
doesn't know.
ARMS was a fighting game that was released. That was released for the Switch, right? When it first released.
Yeah.
It was
It was
like,
released
yeah,
for the Switch when it first released, and it had a cool idea of like
Twintella, baby.
It's like a boxing type game with like different powers and stuff like that, depending on what character you're playing.
It's so
So
funny
another
stuff.
version of Little Mac?
Pretty much, yeah. Imagine Little Mac, but his arms extend.
So he's
That's-
Does
Elastigirl.
he have super armor during it?
Probably.
Can't wait to side to you with that, Frank.
Like
New made. Don't talk about side B.
it's just real disappointing because like those are characters that should have probably already been in base game if they were going to include them at all.
Like the
And like they
first
already
party
put them in with the
IP
trophies and
characters.
stuff like that. So now it's just kind of like it really kind of messes up the whole system they've
I
had.
mean, I don't really mind them putting in as many new characters as they feel like.
But that's not what's happening. Is we don't know if we're gonna get another DLC fighter pass. We might not. So this could be the last 6 characters that are introduced into a
Are
Smash
all
game.
6 announced?
No. just
No.
one.
No, just
That's
one.
one. And it's not even a specific character that they've announced.
It's
from
just
ARMS.
someone
They've just
from
said,
ARMS.
Yeah, they've just said that there's an ARMS rep coming. But I feel like Nintendo's trying to pull the rug out from underneath us in a way. Because, like, the reveal was not at all in the style of any other of the reveals that we've had. They pretty much just said, hey, ARMS is coming.
Yeah, it was not like the same
Like,
way they usually
Yeah,
do it.
so, I mean, I feel like there might be something going on with Nintendo a little bit. Like,
Well,
because
because I mean, E3's canceled, so they're probably figuring out how they want to announce all this shit. And
Like
trying to,
Bethesda was
like,
gonna do that digital E3 technically.
which
was
is
like a
what everyone
Digital
should
press
just
conference.
do.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's just what everyone
they can probably just do their own conference, but I don't know if that's
I just
gonna
want
happen.
another monumental character. I want at least
Yeah.
one.
Lara
I
Croft.
wish that they didn't make Shovel Knight a trophy and made him a character.
Well,
I
but
love
see,
Shovel Knight.
that's the problem with ARMS is that there's Springman
They're
as a
already
trophy.
trophy, yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't necessarily mean now that trophies are deconfirmed characters. It's
No, I mean it could if Springman's not the character.
I would like to see Kratos.
true, but I mean, well, there's also the Mii costume for the second, like,
For
most-
Elastigirl.
yeah, not Elastigirl, but
Ribbon Girl.
Whatever. Same thing.
Twintel.
Yes, Twintel for
That's the one.
Smash.
Logan, Twintel all the way.
I would want
Yes.
Quintel.
Yes.
All the way.
I want the
Big
ninja one. I
Quintel's
forgot his
fan
name.
here.
I'd be alright with Min Min because the ramen noodle memes would be everywhere.
Which one was the ninja with the cool like bounciness?
Ninjara.
Yeah, he was. I liked him.
It's currently free to play. Frank, if you want to try it out,
ARMS?
it's free to play right
Is it
now
actually?
until like the end of this
I
weekend.
paid $60 for it.
You're an
It's only
idiot.
for like 1 week.
Damn, big rip, Nick.
Imagine
Well, that
paying
was also like 2
$60
years
for a
ago.
new fighting IP game. That's a
That was
real
like
bad
2
idea.
years ago when it released. 3
When
years
you were
ago. almost.
younger and dumber.
When I was a young lad of 16.
I mean,
Everybody makes
hasn't the
mistakes.
Switch only been out for.
I think it came out in 2016, didn't it?
It's been out for like 3 years.
No, the
Not
Switch has not been out since
2016.
2016.
Not
No
2016.
way.
2017?
Been out since
Was it
2017?
2017?
No, it's 2016.
No, it was
been out
2016.
since 2016.
I was gonna say, I feel like it came out like at least I bought it in 2017
There's no way the Switch came out.
because I was
It was
living in
March
Florida.
2016.
Good thing we have these pocket
Maybe
fucking
2017.
information devices.
It might have been
Yeah.
2017.
I
You're
feel like
taking
it was
fun out of
definitely.
my looking it up.
2017, March 3rd.
Okay, it was
Knew
2017.
it was 2017. Hell
So
yeah.
I was 17 when I bought ARMS. Oops.
Oh, now it's not cool, Nick. You had an excuse before, now you
Yeah.
don't.
Now you're
I
just
pre-ordered
dumb.
mine in 2016. I'm just saying.
Or Switch or ARMS?
Both.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Phil.
I
hate
never
ARMS,
bought one.
actually.
That
Phil,
game
you know
was
what?
garbage.
If it makes you feel any better, I bought MK11 for the Switch.
Oh, you poor
Really
boy.
bad
I forgot
idea.
I
about
told
that.
you not to do that.
I know
On
you
a-
were
PS2
completely
fighting
right.
game.
on a regular system.
You were
Did
completely
you see?
right.
Did you guys see who the final character was for Mortal Kombat?
Yeah,
Oh
Spawn,
yeah, he
right?
looks so fucking good, dude.
Who?
Sick, right?
Spawn.
Oh yeah.
The
He
Spawn.
looks so good.
Yeah.
Like they did a real good job on
I
him.
gotta rebuy that game.
I'm not surprised because they did a real good job in Hellboy for Injustice.
Injustice 2 was great. I played the shit out of that game.
Did you guys see McFarlane's Spawn figure?
Like for the new movie.
Oh, for Mortal Kombat.
Oh no.
Yeah, they
It's
did
like-
come out with it.
It's like
Well,
one of the first that I've seen that has like full articulation.
Well,
Wait, is that the one with the
also
angel
releasing. They're releasing different like MK characters for their
Well,
figure line.
That's because
Yeah,
McFarlane
really.
changed up their styling.
yeah, which is much
Yeah.
better. It's
Yeah.
so much better now.
And now they're taking over all the DC stuff. They
Good,
took
they
over
should.
McFarlane is?
multiverse.
Yeah.
McFarlane.
Wow.
Good
Cool.
luck getting it.
Like animated series ones, they Batman Who Laughs. Now they just released an Arkham City 2-pack with Joker and Batman as well. But,
Hmm.
I mean,
I got the.
Too bad I can't go to the store to find any of it.
Yeah, right. I bought the Johnny Cage McFarlane figure.
with the mini action figure.
Yeah, it's so cool because he comes with a little Johnny Cage figure. He's got the trophy. He's got a pair of sunglasses. I wish he had
It's not a
multiple.
trophy, it's an Oscar.
I mean, it's not technically an Oscar because it's a different universal equivalent. But yeah, I'm just saying trophy. 'Cause
An
I
award.
named it. Probably like the Amers or something like that.
What's
Um,
all right, what's the next topic, Samantha?
Has
So,
everyone played
well,
The
we
Witcher?
never, everyone was giving their recs, and I don't think we had everyone doing it. So, circling back, I gave mine. Logan, did you give a rec? A quarantine recommendation? It could be like a movie, music, video game, anything.
I would definitely have to say if you haven't finished season 4 of My Hero Acad, definitely do it. Final episode aired Friday.
Hero.
Phenomenal.
Is it
that's
actually
my
Hero?
next anime after
Yes.
JoJo's. My Hero
Yes.
is next on the list.
And then after
Hero
that,
is
if you
better.
haven't seen,
Logan, I can't think that far into the future.
no, I mean yeah, after that, Castlevania season 3
Oh, so
on
good.
Netflix as well.
So
Yeah.
good.
Castlevania season 3 was.
I
very
still
good.
think season 2 is better.
No.
No, you're wrong. sorry,
Just
Frank.
for Saint Germain. Really?
No,
that's
you're
really.
wrong.
Sorry, Frank.
All right, no, season 2 had better action. I'll agree on that, but
Yeah.
season
Mhm.
3 had better storytelling.
And better
I
character.
watched
Yeah, you're
Castlevania.
right.
Do you guys think
Yes, you haven't watched it?
No.
Oh, good.
Really?
Get on that.
I thought
Grant,
you
you
Dude,
have
you're a
homework
Belmont
now.
main in fucking Smash. Watch the show.
Well, 'cause Simon's not in it.
I
It
mean,
doesn't matter.
true.
It's Trevor Belmont. He's cool.
No, I know.
The better Belmont is in it.
Yeah.
All right, that's Logan's rec.
It's like 20
Yeah,
episodes
yeah,
total.
that's
anyway.
my- that's
Someone
mine.
was gonna
Let's-
object to that.
It's the
All right.
first season is literally 4 episodes. Just watch it.
Yeah, it is really good. I remember I watched through first season and didn't even realize that was the end of the first season.
Yeah,
I'm
me
just
too.
like, wait, what do you mean it's over? Like, fine, give me more.
Wait, what do you mean? All right, Frank, what's your rec? We can come back to you. Matt, what's your rec?
I already said platform for like
Hey,
Okay.
browse the old Steam
Um,
library. See what I've been
TV
playing.
wise, I don't really know. I mean, the only thing I've been watching through has been Star Wars: The Clone Wars because I want.
Oh yeah, how is
Season seven.
that going?
To be honest, I haven't watched more of it. Like I got to season 4, episode 3, I think,
Mhm.
and I just I haven't picked it back up again. But
That's fair.
Video game wise, I've been playing a lot of Escape from Tarkov, which is a pretty fun video game. But you need to know a lot of it. And I mean, this is kind of the perfect time to get into it because everyone's got free time right now.
We've all got free time.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to learn the game, get into it. It's a lot of fun. Can be frustrating sometimes just because that's the nature of the game. But if you're playing with friends, like, you'll have a blast, honestly.
Cool.
But, I mean, aside from that, that's about it from me.
Yeah. I would say that, like, so I just got a new PC and I've just been running through Steam. I'm playing The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which is good, but a lot of grinding. I tried to play WoW.
How'd that go? I told you I'd play retail with you if you wanted to.
He can't play it by himself. He
I'd
says,
play
I'd
retail with
enjoy
you."
it playing with Logan, but he won't message me when he wants to play. Literally, after
I've got like
6
1,000
o'clock,
characters.
I'm good.
Text me
You
and I'll
guys
play.
playing classic?
I haven't-
or-
I
I'm
play
playing
classic.
classic.
I'm trying to play retail now.
Okay.
I haven't really watched anything new. Like, I watched Beastars on Netflix, which I don't want to talk about.
I really want to watch that. I heard it was really good.
It's literally
It is
furry's
very good.
It's literally a furry's wet dream. It's 12 episodes of a wolf
Perfect for you,
has
Frank.
sex with a rabbit.
Yeah,
Literally.
don't kink shame, Frank.
I mean, I watched Zootopia, and that was 2.5 hours of a fox trying to
I
have
watched
sex with a rabbit. So
Zootopia. I mean, Zootopia, good film.
it is.
I haven't really
Yeah.
watched anything. Like, I rewatched the Witcher TV show, which was a lot worse the
I
second
liked it. It's
time.
just
A lot
very
worse
rough.
the
But
second
like,
time.
I watched the first episode and then just didn't watch anything else.
They're long. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They're an hour
Yeah.
long.
I have
But I also
I have a
don't-
hard time watching TV that like the episodes are like more than 30 minutes.
I
It's
honestly
much more
having a
hard
very-
for me to get into a show that does that.
I'm having a real difficult time finding new stuff to watch. Like,
Apparently, Tiger King is good.
oh,
I
It
God,
is
don't
really
even-
fucking
no.
Number
don't
one-
watch that.
Number one in the country.
Do
Okay,
not-
I am Tiger King's on my list. Okay, well, I will watch it. It'll happen. I just haven't watched it yet.
It's good. It's insane. It's crazy. All this stuff that happens.
All I see online is content about Tiger
Joe
King.
Exotic, Carol Baskin, Tiger King. It's like everywhere.
Do you
Everywhere.
want the 3-word summary? Meth,
No,
tigers, Carol frickin' Baskin. Done.
That's
All
more
right.
than 3 words.
that is
6
more than
words.
3 words. I think that was like 5 or
That was-
6.
That was 6 words immediately. You're already out.
Logan,
And I said no.
Bullet and Tiger, but I don't know. You choose
I mean,
Meth, tiger.
all right, Phil,
No
what's
more
your
math.
rec? Phil, give a rec.
If you have children, I recommend you go buy
As Phil does.
construction paper and envelopes and write letters to your loved ones that you can't talk to, so I can stay employed.
That's
Aw,
cute.
beautiful.
Can
Phil's the
I
mailman, by the way.
can I write letters to my loved ones without having children?
Oh, of course. If you don't have children, it's
a ton of letters.
easier to have your kids do the work for you.
Can I
Oh,
write
okay.
3
letters
letters.
to my kids that I don't have?
Yeah.
Like for your future children?
Yeah, like I wrote a couple letters myself. My niece and nephew sent one to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's a neat little idea."
That's cute. I like that.
Especially with family members that you can't see because of the quarantine.
Right.
Recommendation: I watched That Time I Got Reincarnated into a Slime.
Oh
Yes!
my fucking
Yes!
God!
Yes!
One of the best
Oh.
shows I've ever watched. I
People-
watched Tiger King as well. That was interesting. But Slime, I hope there's more to that. It's like
Yes.
it makes me want to play D&D again a lot when I
People
watch
and their
it.
fucking
So,
isekais. I
let me
swear to
rephrase.
God.
Let me rephrase. That is something that I do not hate. Is That Time I Got
That is something I do not
that,
hate.
like, I watched the first episode and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then the dude gets stabbed and I'm like, wow, this is kind of interesting. And then when he goes, like, he becomes the slime in the cave, I was hooked.
You still haven't watched Rising of the Shield Hero, have you?
I don't know what that is.
It's kind of the same idea of like,
Really?
oh, someone's transported into a different world.
It's an isekai, just like Konosuba.
I mean, honestly, like,
And Time I Got Reincarnated.
honestly, Goblin Slayer, like, if you haven't watched that, you should
Goblin
watch
Slayer is
that.
definitely not an isekai.
No,
But
I'm
it's
just saying you should watch Goblin
real.
Slayer.
I mean, read Goblin Slayer because, like, read and watch Goblin Slayer because only the first season is animated.
Yeah.
And
Frankie,
there's
did you
so
build
much
your
more
computer?
manga.
Huh?
Or did you buy one? Did you build or buy?
He
buy it?
bought.
I bought one.
That's my like hobby right now. Is I'm building my own PC right now in my spare time.
I'm just doing a lot of home improvement.
Cool.
honest.
So Phil, being a man on the inside, how long do you think until they return back to the Pony Express?
He's got the bandana on already. I think that's a hint.
Yeah. I got the cowboy hat over there. I just don't want
Oh, it's gonna be like that movie with Kevin Costner. What is it, The Postman?
It's gonna be Death Stranding, is what you meant. First of
Oh
all,
yeah,
Post-apocalyptic
We're all gonna have
mailman.
fetuses walking around.
guys, how stupid! A video game where people are just delivering stuff because people don't want to leave their houses. God, that would never happen in real life.
Actually, Matt, you talked
You 2 months
nonstop
later.
about that last year, Death Stranding. You wouldn't shut up about Death Stranding.
Oh,
I
me?
agree.
Yeah. Was
I
it
agree.
as good as you wanted it to be?
It's exactly kind of what I thought it would be, to be honest. Like, I
watched
knew it was going to be a Kojima game that was going to be heavily based around, like, non-essential storytelling, pretty much. And
I was going to
Oh, it
buy
was.
it. I was going to buy it, and then I watched an Honest trailer on it, and I was against it.
the honest trailers always rip apart what they're like.
But
Well,
just-
yeah,
just
that's like their thing.
the gist of the game did not interest me at all.
You didn't like being a mailman?
Wow, way to shit on Phil's career.
No, it's a
Yeah,
horror.
stop,
Don't
Frank.
do this. Don't do this at all.
You didn't like being Norman Reedus as a mailman?
No.
I mean, that's actually how I would want to live my life, is being Norman Reedus as a mailman. Norman Reedus and his funky fetus.
I would prefer to be the third one.
I've been playing Warzone as well.
Yes!
I've been
I've
playing
been
playing a
Warzone.
lot of that. I've been
Yes!
playing a lot of it.
I'm
Matt,
supposed to download it, but...
Matt, we've played a lot of Risk of Rain. It's been a lot of
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It's a
That's
fun game to
actually...
play through.
I completely forgot about that. Risk of Rain's a real fun game. If you like roguelikes at all, which I hope everyone here is familiar with that term or no. Roguelike is a game where pretty much the concept of it is every time you do a run through the game, you're having a different run, you're experiencing different things, you're getting different shit.
Lucas reset. Yeah.
A really good one, if you've never played it, is Binding of Isaac. And
Oh,
Oof.
let me just tell you,
I put so many hours into that game.
Nick, I guarantee you it's not even close to the amount I've put.
Dude,
I
that
put
game,
it-
I love Isaac.
How many hours have you put into
So
Isaac?
fun.
Roughly.
Well, combined with Steam and my Switch, let me check.
Quick, do math.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't even have it installed. Hold on.
I know my number. Well, roughly my number.
All right, what's your number, Matt?
1,300 hours.
Okay, you win.
Why is he gloating about that? Why, there's like a sense of pride behind it.
Oh,
Well,
it is,
yeah, I
yeah.
have 1,300 hours.
I 1,001% of the game, man. How can I not have pride in that?
Did you
know
really?
how much shit you
Matt,
have to
I'm proud
watch to
of
do
you.
that?
Come on.
It was
good for
not
Matt, good for
fun.
Matt.
It was actually extremely fun.
I have like
But yeah,
over a year in
Have
World
you
of
played
Warcraft.
Dead Cells, Matt?
yeah, I have Dead Cells.
Dead
Dead
Cells is a
really
lot of
cool,
fun too.
What
I
was that,
love
Phil?
roguelikes in general just because they are some of the only games that actually legitimately have almost infinite replayability.
Right. It's literally
like-
every one you do is completely different.
Yeah, not like Skyrim where, oh, wow, you have the same quest that repeats itself.
Hey, that's my favorite game. Don't be shitting on that.
But yeah, Risk of Rain's really cool. They just released a new update for it, so they added a bunch of new stuff. It's still in early access, which I know
100% worth it. It's on sale right
Yeah,
now, actually. I think.
I know it just came out on Xbox too.
Did it really?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're either releasing
Yeah,
or
it's on sale
having.
for $15.99 right now instead of
Yeah,
20.
like it's a cheap
Pick it up.
game. It's a really fun game, and you'll definitely get your money's worth out of it.
Is it
Risk of Rain.
cross-platform?
What'd
No.
you say, Gary? Did you ask
I
if
don't
it's
even think-
cross-play?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Is it? I don't even know if it's on Xbox yet. Like you said,
I'm
it's-
pretty sure it is on
you can
Xbox.
play for free actually till tomorrow.
Yeah,
Grant, why don't you have a PC?
I've
I don't know, just like I feel like with PC you have to invest a lot into the gaming, and I just don't really want to.
it is. You're not wrong. It's more of an investment, but you get more use out of it.
Like I probably spent like, I don't know, probably like $900 total with the PC, keyboard, mouse, and then the monitor, which I already had. The
more than I
monitor,
like
so
to
don't really
admit
count.
on mine.
Xbox actually is a lot easier than with the PC.
Yeah, that's true. PC
You're
you
not
gotta be very
wrong.
delicate with.
You're not wrong, but there's less content.
Yeah, true. But I mean, then again, I'm like Nick can vouch for me the most. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna be playing a lot of the PC games. Like,
He's not a hardcore like.
yeah, I'm strictly like baseline that kind of shit. So.
Wait, did he just say Minecraft?
Microwave is going on.
But I also have an Xbox controller, Grant, for my PC.
I
As
know.
do I right here, Grant. So what's your excuse now?
Again, it's just
Like that's like the first thing I bought.
it's a
Yeah.
huge investment.
Comics have dropped in
I don't
price,
care.
Phil. Comics are like real bad right now. Price.
I mean, because no one has any money.
Buying anything.
Well, no one has any money. Plus, most of the comic medians right now are kind of in a drought. Like,
Yeah.
obviously,
Like
Marvel
your
movies
average-
aren't
like your
releasing, so
average
there's no
book
hype
fills.
around that.
Your average book fill has probably dropped like 20 to 30% in price.
I think it's more so
Yeah.
the fact that it's kind of returning to the old comic median now, where it's
Like
now
Spider-Man
just
fans?
these like dedicated comic book collectors that are
Yeah.
collecting.
Did
Whereas before, it was kind
Doomsday
of
Clock
open to
finish?
everyone.
Did Doomsday Clock finish?
Yeah, Doomsday Clock finished in like literally
Yeah.
January, I think. January or December.
I haven't read it in a long time. I gotta catch up on
The
it.
12th issue was mixed. I really like the story of Doomsday Clock. It really built up to a great place.
So did Metal.
Metal's problem was that they rushed it.
Yeah.
That was Metal's
And then
problem.
they just
And now they're milking it to death.
Okay.
Metal-
Although I am excited for the sequel.
Phil, did you hear about the rumor though? Like I keep hearing about this rumor everywhere. Like even like other comic book store owners that I know have commented on it that Marvel's trying to buy DC.
It will never happen.
No.
All right.
There's no,
I read like 9 articles. Comic Historian went over it and all that stuff. That's never going to happen. What will happen most likely in the future is they probably will join forces. Neither one of them
Yeah.
will buy out the other.
Which that should have happened 10 years
Yeah.
ago. Like,
Oh
that,
yeah, the amalgam comics were just
that was the 90s.
Well, it's not that.
Everything suffered from that.
They're
in the
not going to
90s.
be the same universe, but eventually they're going to have to meld into one entity as say comics, because Disney and Warner Brothers right now are doing the whole thing with like Fox versus Disney. They don't want to work together. They want to be their own entity, and it's not going to work in the long run.
But didn't Disney buy Fox?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that's
Disney,
what I mean.
Disney could have acquired Fox and gotten away with it, which they did. But they're not going to be able to acquire Warner Brothers and get away
No.
with it.
Warner
Like,
Brothers is
Warner Brothers is way too big of a median. Warner Brothers is realistically one of the only rivals that Disney has.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the only other one I would say they have would be, what, Sony? And, I mean, they
Yeah.
obviously already work together. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
what happened was, I don't know if you saw, the main guy who's like the Fahey, Mark Fahey or whatever his fucking name is. Sorry for swearing.
You can swear. You can swear on this podcast.
That
this is not a
guy,
Christian
the
podcast.
guy who was in charge of the DC
It's
Comics,
a Catholic one.
they straight up fired him. They just got rid
Yeah,
of
Tom
him.
Dido. Yeah, they got rid of him.
Got rid
Thank
of the
God.
guy. And when that happened, there hasn't been any information about what's currently going on. And because it's so silent, a lot of these rumors are just popping everywhere. I don't believe a thing you say, just like don't believe anything you hear on the news right now because it's all a lie. This is obviously a hoax for the birds.
Yep. Circle back to that.
They got rid of Dido. I'm really hoping that either Jeff Johns. I think right now they're putting it. Hi Nero. I'm just.
Put Nero on the camera.
Oh, that's why they're barking.
I can't take them barking.
That's.
Put Nero in the
anyway,
frame.
They got rid of Tom Dido. I think they're having. Oh my God, why can't I remember his name now? Jim Lee. I think Jim Lee's supposed to be taking Dido's place. If it's not Lee, I really hope it's Johns, because I think those are the only two bigwigs in DC that actually have a good idea of how they can keep moving forward with the company. Because Dido just wanted everything to stay the same, and
Yeah.
it didn't work.
Jim Lee is probably. I agree with you there that he.
I'm calling it right now that there's a possibility they buy it.
I don't think there is. I think even if they try and approach Warner Brothers on buying it, and Warner Brothers says yes,
the only
I
thing that
don't
would,
think the government will let it
I
happen.
was going to say the government could stop it, but I think they could argue and put it out there that it's
No.
just a simple pop culture which there's many oppositions
No, there's
aside. I'm telling you. I think that
Think about okay.
I know
let's
there's
take
not.
a look at.
I know that there's
Heck
not.
hell, they are two entities that are never gonna become one. They are
Yes.
for
It's literally a yin and yang.
I don't. If DC, but I'm telling you right now, if DC reaches the point which they're probably fast approaching of literally just going out.
Comics. I know you, Frank. You hate her guts, but did you see who died in Marvel Comics recently?
No.
Danvers?
Was it Squirrel Girl?
No, Kitty Pryde.
Oh wow.
Really?
She
Pink
officially
Scarlet.
died. There's a whole murder
Damn.
mystery going on right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming that's out of X-Men.
Yeah. That honestly, that storyline.
I've heard only good things about
Yeah,
that
it's a
story,
good
so-
storyline with
Terrible. Terrible.
It's Hickman.
Krakoa. I think of the name of the island, Krakoa.
Terrible.
No,
character.
it's Hickman.
She
The
is a-
island they're on.
Oh, yeah. It's a Krakoa, I think.
Yeah.
Who didn't say I crashed?
Mood. Nick, what's your rec?
Well, I said earlier we've been playing a lot of Risk of Rain, so that's probably gonna be mine. I'm still catching up on a lot of stuff that I missed. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm watching OG Dragon Ball, so that's like 30 years ago. Risk of Rain.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He missed that because he wasn't alive. I mean,
Well, I mean,
I mean, most of us were.
what have I been playing?
You
Playing,
and Philip are the only two that were.
A lot of Animal Crossing.
Well, technically,
Lots
no,
of Animal
87.
Crossing. Classic.
Getting my town up.
How's your town, Nick?
It's looking pretty good. I built an orchard. Trying to
Nice.
get that town rating up. Get KK Slider in. You know how it goes.
And then you get to become God, and you get
Yeah,
terraforming.
you can just
So,
terraform your world.
yeah, once KK Slider visits your town, you get to become God. So,
Basically.
Why does a musician make you able to terraform?
because he's more than a musician.
Because
he
that is the
God.
power of being a bard, okay?
Yeah.
As
Oh,
D&D
you know what?
not
That's
taught
you
you
should have just
anything.
said that. That actually makes a
Look at
lot more
Barney.
sense. He's Barney.
Yeah.
Shinoda.
So are those your recs, Nick?
Oh, actually, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a
I
beautiful
heard that's
platformer.
good.
That's the second one, right?
Yes, Blind Forest was the first
'Cause-
one.
Is
Yeah,
that-
Blind Forest was really good.
It was
Have you ever
awesome.
played, if you like that game, Nick, have you ever played Hollow Knight?
Yes, I love
Hollow
Hollow
Knight
Knight.
is
Yeah,
awesome.
Sequel's coming out soon.
I'm hoping
I love
he gets
Hollow
put in
Knight.
Smash, honestly. I think he'd be
What?
a sick
Yeah.
addition. Hollow Knight
Hollow
would be
Quest or
super
Hollow
cool
Knight?
for
Yeah.
Smash.
Hollow Quest.
I would agree.
Yes, it would.
All right,
Yeah.
Grant, what's your rec?
So, as of right now, it is double XP weekend. I'm on a warfare. Happy
Cashing in those
season
Doritos codes.
two. Yes,
I'm
yes.
doing Doritos.
From the hot
Risking
pocket.
the coronavirus, going to Walmart to get Doritos.
So yeah, Modern Warfare, Happy Season 2, and if you haven't played it, Firewatch.
Oh, that's a good game.
Is it that
Yeah.
the walking sim?
Yes.
Oh,
You're like the park
Oh.
ranger.
That came out a while ago, man.
Like,
It
yeah,
just
3
when you were
years
talking
ago.
about Ori, it just reminded me of that for some
Oh.
reason. So
Yeah.
if you guys haven't played it, you should play it. It's a single player.
I did like that game. It was fun.
It's pretty
It's kinda
short.
like-
Cool sim.
Have you played The Witness, Grant?
What?
Have you played The Witness
The Witness-
by John Blow?
That's the
It's
puzzle game, right?
yeah, John Blow. I think he made Braid.
Yeah, I've
Witness
watched,
is
I've
really
watched
cool.
videos on it, but I don't think I've never played it.
Isn't
What,
that
Grant?
the game where like it turns out that you're actually chasing the girl, not
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
That's a big
Oh yeah. Sorry
spoiler.
for a 15-year-old platformer.
I had that thing when I was like 7 on like Mac.
How dare you?
Yeah. I remember it was on your desktop.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Alright.
So those are my recommendations.
All right, so that's
Bye,
Grant's recs. Phil talked about how he's building a PC as like a hobby. Is anyone else getting back into hobbies?
I mean,
Yes.
it's considered
Playing a lot more guitar.
then yeah.
I'm just helping him paint his kitchen.
Oh, you're doing like home remodel, Frank?
It's the Property Brothers.
Oh my god.
Logan, you're the weird third emo one.
Didn't they get
Oh wow, wow. That hurts. That
Emo.
hurts. Man.
Yeah. Did you guys not know the Property Brothers have like a weird third brother?
Yeah,
Do
they
they
do.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't even
Yeah, they do.
know
I
who
know
the
what
Property
that
Brothers
is.
are, so.
They're
So the
brothers who rent
HGTV
out property.
superstars.
I mean, thank you. I didn't get that much.
Could you explain the actual show?
It's basically so.
I'm kidding.
My mom is
Is it-
obsessed with the Property Brothers. One
Yeah,
of
these
them.
look like the Monopoly Man.
So basically, there are these two
No.
guys where one of them will do like home reno, and the other one is like more of like the retail side of like selling the home type of vibe. Like one will do like tearing down walls, and one will buy like decorative pillows, and they basically like remodel homes.
Horrible show. Don't watch it.
I mean, it's
They
an
have a-
HGTV show. It's not like
Yeah,
What's
if you're
cool?
into HGTV shows, I'm sure you'd probably love it.
Yeah,
It's-
I mean,
Oh.
it's a pretty good.
Logan,
Logan,
I
why
started
oh my
thank
god.
you.
Oh my
Thank you,
God.
Logan. Thank you.
This
You
is
find
the Property
the third
Brothers.
brother. Find the third brother.
Yeah, look up
Property
Property
Brothers,
Brothers third
emo.
brother, so
Wait, it
you
was
know
right
what
in
I'm
that
talking
third-
Wait,
about.
no, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. No. It's not Brad Pitt. Click out of the search box.
It's Brad Pitt, see?
It's not Brad Pitt. Is that the
Can you
third
just
brother?
type it? Just type it
I'm
in.
gonna type it, but
Third
since-
brother.
since we got talking
This is
about
who
the
I'm
Property-
saying Logan is.
What the?
Oh,
fuck?
oh my God!
It looks like he was kept in one of the houses they renovated basements while he grew up.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
All right, so close out of
Third Eye
screen
Blind
sharing.
Each other.
Is that Tron? What is that?
So yeah, that's
No,
Chris's-
don't worry about that.
That's
But
the
no,
Property
I have
Brothers.
to. I have to do this. So I'm not sure if you, as you guys know, I used to travel for work all the time, all across
Okay.
the country. So I was hitting airports left and right. I actually got off a plane, and
Did you meet the property?
who
Brothers?
is there? Two twins sitting right there, waiting for the plane that I just
The
got
third
off
Property Brother.
literally, is both of the Property Brothers.
That's
and I was
kind
just-
of cool.
And I just walked by, and I went to my coworker because we had to get to another flight to connect to Syracuse. And I was like, "Was that the Property Brothers?" She's like, "Yeah." I didn't want to say that in front of him, though. I'm like, "All right, we played it off. Cool, we're good."
Look at you go.
Yeah.
So anyone else doing hobbies? Frank's remodeling a home.
Yes, I'm actually getting back into video editing.
Look
There
at
you
you.
Oh,
Cool.
I re-downloaded the Adobe package. I'm getting back into like Illustrator and stuff.
Yo, if you need help with Illustrator, I got you. I love
We're
Illustrator.
I
all
make
your
them
OnlyFans
core-
and casting couches.
Yep.
Exactly.
I've been
I
baking.
love it, Phil.
I've become that person in quarantine who makes bread. But I've been
grandma.
doing it. I do it like on my
Well, props
Instagram
to you for not
stories.
becoming the cat lady.
Yeah. Well, I already have a cat, right?
Just the bread lady.
The bread lady. But I've been like putting it like it's like a cooking show. I put it on my Instagram stories. I've been doing it like every Saturday. I made bagels. Yesterday I made cookies, which if we were doing this in person, I was gonna bring y'all cookies. But then we
See,
changed
look
that
what
plan.
you did, Matt. Look what you did.
No, we had to. I get it.
Cookies.
No,
Cookies.
I can bring cookies next time when the pandemic's over. But now I have a shit ton of cookies and I can't eat them all. But I've just been like baking stuff on my Instagram as a TV show for fun.
What kind of bread are you making?
Oh, what kind? I made bagels, which kind of counts as a
Ooh.
bread.
I love how
And
it
then I
just
made-
crouch a little bit.
And then I
In the
made
middle of
cookies, and I
Santa.
have to
There you
get
go.
like more yeast so I can make like real bread next week. But yeah, not to plug my Instagram, but like I'm doing a cooking show on Saturdays now.
I know.
I just want Halo. Oh, actually, you know what? That's a release that we could have talked about. That's
I
upcoming.
started with
Halo
content.
Infinite.
Yeah, we can talk
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
when's that coming?
Sometime this year, supposedly, allegedly.
Oh my god, wait. Speaking of things that are like never coming out, did you see Disney put out like release dates for all of their movies except New Mutants?
Yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out like
New
yesterday,
Mutants
wasn't it?
No, New Mutants I saw it the other day. It's indefinitely canceled.
Fuck off.
Really?
That's so upsetting. Can like at least
Wasn't it
put it on
supposed to come
Disney
out like
Plus.
Friday?
I feel like you're the only.
was supposed
person
to come
that
out
was excited
Friday, yeah.
for New Mutants.
I was genuinely excited for it. I thought it was
Frank, I don't care if I'm the only person excited for New Mutants.
Okay.
Disney, for me, at Bob Iger, should just put it on Disney Plus. For me, Samantha Hollenbeck specifically.
Didn't he step down?
I was excited for
He did.
New Mutants
There's a new Bob.
because I want
New Bob.
superhero. I like superhero movies that aren't just the typical.
Like,
superhero.
yeah, I completely
Which,
agree.
like
It's
Joker.
a horror movie.
Joker kind
like
of really
Joker.
broke
Yeah.
that mold.
You're
I
streaming
thought
from the
Mutants was going to
multiverse.
be another movie that put
Mhm.
like a really cool kind of horror spin on the whole idea of superpowers and stuff like that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
Doctor
agree. I
Strange
thought
in
would
the
have been super
multiverse
cool
was so
to see.
cool.
I agree with you there, where there needs to be some
It
type
does, Nick,
of
it does.
horror or darker version of Marvel.
Well, not even
They
so
need
much
to do it.
It's not even so much that. I think they just need to expand the medium. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I feel like,
not
well,
the
and I think
Butter
they kind of
Marvel
are.
doesn't work.
New Mutants is not the way to go to do that.
I don't think that's true.
I do.
I feel like, okay, Frank, you should have got a movie that's not out, my guy.
But
Give it
just
a
going based off like what I know about New Mutants and even the movie and stuff, which
But
I've watched the trailers, I've
again,
read up on it. And stuff
Marvel
like that. It's just-
obviously is not making the movies as direct
Yeah.
releases of the comics. So
Well,
if
yeah.
they're going to do that, it'd be a good idea to take some of these characters where they could spin them off into really cool different things. I mean, I've
Yes, I
kind
would
of,
love to see Changeling in a solo movie.
I'm
I
really
would
trying to-
also like to say that I don't care if New Mutants is good. I still,
I just want something to fit the medium.
I still want to see it, and I still really like superhero movies that are other categories at the same time. Like,
Yes.
keep doing that. I'm a big fan. I mean, I know Frank doesn't like Birds of Prey, but Birds of Prey low-key did that and being incredibly stylized and like so like aggressively like a comedy movie.
The Birds of Prey also like really bad.
No, I like Birds of Prey.
I've
I
heard
mean,
very mixed things about it. Some people really
again,
liked it, some people really
I
I
didn't.
will
kinda
give
forgot
the
it
same
existed.
review. I'm gonna give the same review I give every superhero movie. Is that most of them are not technically good films, but I enjoyed it and it was fun.
I like Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey was good. I liked it. The worst thing about Birds of Prey was the marketing, and it does the same thing that DC does like a lot with like poorly. Yeah, they make it has a lot of the same flaws that a lot of other DC movies.
Shazam was alright.
Shazam was okay. Wonder Woman was pretty good. Aquaman was okay.
I think Aquaman is the best DC film.
I disagree. I think Wonder Woman is.
I would say Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I like Wonder Woman more than.
Are we talking like new DC or any DC?
Yeah, third. But again, Wonder Woman kind of felt like it stood out from most of the same kind of cookie cutter.
Well, yeah.
Really? I'd say so. I mean, so did Shazam too. 2 points.
Yeah.
I mean, they all follow the same formula, which is the problem.
Yeah, the only flaw to Wonder Woman is the ending. The ending sucks.
I will agree
the
with
most predictable story ever.
Where Ares was like the general or whatever. I don't even remember.
All of them have predictable stories.
That is true.
General was the.
You can't even critique it on being predictable. They literally all are. How many times do I need to watch another Batman origin?
What do you mean?
I
did like the Batman origin and Joker though.
I love seeing
I agree.
Batman's parents murdered in different movies, in different ways with different.
I did like in Joker how Batman was like kind of loosely tied in.
Yeah.
Joker was phenomenal.
Joker was very good. I'm glad we're talking about how good Joker was now.
I think Joker is my favorite DC movie.
Joker was so good.
I just don't count Joker into that because that's not technically a part of the DCU. So that's why I exclude Joker. But if it was a part of it, by far Joker would be the best.
Well, yeah, Joker is 100% the best one.
By like leaps and bounds, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, that movie's great.
Best actor for it, right?
What'd you say?
Didn't Joaquin Phoenix win Best Actor for it?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. And then he went on to give a speech about being a vegan.
Yeah, which he deserved.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was down for his wild speech.
Because Robert Downey Jr., like, I mean, he's put obviously over 10 years of work into that character.
Yeah.
And like, Iron Man is a fantastic character. Robert Downey Jr. does a fantastic job playing him. But I mean, Joaquin Phoenix's transformation for that movie was just so.
Yeah, I mean,
legitimate.
Yeah, but okay.
And he did an insane job.
Would you rather see more of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man or more of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker?
It depends.
Well, we've seen a ton of.
We've seen a ton of Iron Man. Yeah, I'm gonna say Joker solely because we have a lot of Iron Man content.
I'm kind of 50-50 on that because, like, at this point, how do they bring Iron Man
But
back?
at the same time, I don't necessarily want a sequel to Joker.
Like if they didn't kill Iron Man in Endgame.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say that I feel like Joker is a really good standalone film.
They're going.
Yeah,
to
that's
Robert
the thing.
Downey Jr.
Is like I feel like Robert Downey Jr. succeeds so well where he is because of everyone else supporting. Again, if you just had solo Iron Man movies with like no other characters in it, period, they'd fall pretty flat.
Yeah.
I feel. Even though his performance is really good and everything,
Iron Man 2
he
and 3.
just can't. I mean, although Iron Man 2 still had Rhodey, Iron Man 3 still also. I mean, Iron Man 3 is one thing that I just like to forget about. Okay. But I mean, I think Robert Downey Jr. is good because I can't.
Matt, I agree with all of your points.
I would want Robert Downey Jr. because he's really good at what he does. But Phoenix brought something completely different to the table. Showed us something completely new. Showed us something completely new with the Joker movie that. I mean, again, a lot of people compare it to Heath Ledger's Joker, which it is definitely similar in fashion.
I don't even compare them. They're completely different characters in my book.
Yeah, and they were in completely I feel like their films that they were in were different.
That's the thing.
I think Phoenix is like a character study more than a villain.
Characters, but the movies and the portrayals of them are
completely different. Yeah.
Right.
It's like their ideas and their mentalities and everything like that are still very similarly motivated.
So what we were saying earlier, we're like, it could be a good superhero movie, but not a good movie. Or it could be either or.
Joker was both.
Joker does that. I think the Joker is a good movie, but it's not a good comic book movie.
I mean, because it's not.
Well, it's not a comic movie.
It's not a comic book movie.
He's a super villain, but he's not super power.
First of all, like I like the Joker. Joker was a good movie, but the first 45 minutes are extremely difficult to get.
But without those 45 minutes, the movie falls completely flat.
I also liked the first 45 minutes.
I also do. Like one of my favorite shots in the entire movie is like in the very beginning, pretty much when he's looking at the TV watching the Maury show.
Yeah, because
And like he
the
goes
first
on
45
stage,
minutes, yeah.
like that entire sequence, the cinematography,
Yes.
everything about that scene was just
You need the first 45 minutes because they're aggressively integral to the third act.
What I love about the Joker so much is just how much it constantly makes you question the movie. Like,
Well,
while
yeah,
you
that's
can understand and watch everything that's happening, but still not understand exactly what's happening.
that is why like psychological thrillers are like one of my favorite genres of movies.
Big agreed.
Because I love that shit. Also, anything that just goes into like psychology, I'm like aggressively into.
Yes.
So like all of the plot with his mom, the plot with his mental health, I was all in on that.
Big agree. Also
Yep.
why I cried so much.
Also, what?
I said also why I cried so much during Steven Universe.
Yeah, I would agree.
You want to
Who
see
knew that we would make cinematic parallels to Joker film 2019
Joker
and
and
Steven
Steven
Universe?
I would love
Characters that
DC.
suffer psychological breaks and do uncommittable acts.
Yeah. Phil, what were you saying? I'm sorry, we cut you off.
No, it's totally fine. I would love to see DC harness more of their villains than their superheroes.
Yes.
Because I think their
They
villains
have
are better
great
than their
villains.
superheroes.
Logan, what did you do?
What's weird is I would definitely say Marvel has the better villains.
I
No.
think you should be.
I disagree.
Podcast.
Okay. There's like 6 Marvel villains that are good. Okay. And how many DC
That's
villains?
pushing it, Frank. There's maybe 4.
A lot more than 6.
Name them.
I love when you make him name them.
Doomsday's a terrible villain.
Doomsday's not a terrible villain.
Batman's Rogue Gallery beats every Marvel villain.
What
Legion
he's
of
saying
Doom?
right now.
Doctor Doom.
One.
And he's the best.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Who? Who's
I
the
think it's good.
In any comic book.
what?
Look
Oh,
at-
Grant's pulling out the
How about
figure.
this? Hold on,
Who
wait.
did Matt just say? Who did Matt just say?
But
All
Phil,
right, Catwoman doesn't count.
look at the villain's relationship to a hero.
Yeah,
Who has the better dynamics, Marvel or DC?
That I will agree with is DC.
Oh, DC, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, we got
No,
the Killing Joke.
I'm not-
We got the Killing Joke.
I think the only
Marvel. In Marvel, you have Magneto,
would be like
Doom, and that's really it. Like, I'm sorry, those are the only 2 that matter. The rest
Would
of
you
them
say?
are
Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four, but
not even Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Four is garbage.
But Doom
Magneto and Doctor Doom are the only 2 villains in all of Marvel that even I give a shit about. Thanos, to me, the only reason he's popular was because of that fucking movie. There was no one gives a shit about Thanos before this movie.
Thanos was around for a long time before the movie.
2016 Thanos run though.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Infinity
Red
Infinity
Skull would
Wars.
be up there if he wasn't a Nazi and no one gives a shit about Nazis anymore.
And also constantly dies and gets resurrected every 30 years.
However, every villain, like what Grant just said, just Batman alone, all of his villains are top tier. The most boring villain in Batman, like the Riddler, is more interesting.
Calendar Man has got like a very intricately laid out backstory.
Well, Victor Zsasz, like
Zsasz,
he's extremely underrated.
Mr. Freeze. That should be the
One of
only
the
like
best stories ever.
Firefly.
Freeze, Clayman, fuck Firefly first of all.
Clayman.
Clayface.
Or Clayface.
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 Oh. I finished Gotham
Boomer
the
moment.
TV series.
Finished what?
Gotham the TV series.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was one of the roughest 3 weeks of my life.
Phil, have you seen Pennyworth at all?
No, I'm not.
Oh, no,
I'm done with all of it. The
Matt
Harley
got big
Quinn
hype.
show, I'm
Gotham, Phil,
favorite
and at
show.
the end, I vowed to never watch it again.
I have DC Universe, and I've been watching the Harley Quinn show.
That was really
That's
good.
on my list.
That's
Have you watched
really good.
Titans?
I'd recommend that.
Has anyone here watched Titans?
Phil has.
I heard that's very, very
No,
good.
I have not. I watched the first 2 episodes.
Really? You didn't like
I
it?
was
You
done.
watched it.
I
Nope.
haven't watched it, but I heard it's very, very good.
I
I
watched.
made it to the first episode, and again, like Gotham, vowed to never watch it again.
Like, is this?
Oh, the Harley Quinn show
Disconnect
was
him.
super good though, and I actually wanted to talk about that when we were talking about.
You can talk about it.
Because I definitely recommend that. That was a really fun show, to be honest.
I want to watch it.
Yeah,
Like it's on my list,
I definitely
my never-ending list.
Like Captain
Feel
America.
that. Got 1,000 shows to watch.
Yeah,
There's always media to consume.
always.
even that's the one good thing about this apocalypse is how much media you can consume.
I know.
I know we
I'm
have
catching
we
up
have
on
a lot to
everything that I haven't
consume.
done.
It's kind of nice having
You guys
free
make
time.
it sound like everyone has all this free time, but I know Phil and I don't.
I'm
We're
also
working, and Sam is
I'm
working.
also working.
The general populace is not working right now.
Also I mean, we are at record unemployment rates, so I feel like it's a pretty fair assumption that people have a lot of free time. Even the people that are working, they still have like free time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because most people that have jobs currently aren't working their normal hours.
I'm working I'm working one job instead of like 2.5.
Yeah.
Phil, how much free time do you have?
Let me give you an idea. I worked 75 hours this week.
Oh my
There's an
god!
idea of the difference. You people in your goddamn Amazon packages. All I'm gonna say is
I'm clean. I'm clean.
Better be essential because I'm sick of it. I can tell you that.
We applaud you, Phil.
Good job, Phil.
I do not feel essential. I feel
Glad
expendable.
that our tax dollars are going to the right people.
To Phil.
What are you guys gonna spend your Trump check on?
Nothing.
Valve Index.
My bills.
Our Trump
Valve Index.
Orange wig.
No,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm gonna pay my rent.
Actually.
Loans.
I'm going to buy an elephant.
Oh my god.
There you go.
You know,
I locked it down.
if you take that and you find a significant other, you can get a tiger with
Find
it.
one.
You can get a
That's the hard
tiger.
part.
$25.
Where can you buy a tiger?
You want to combine our money and buy a tiger?
Yeah, let's buy a tiger.
Fucking do it.
I like that Logan is listing buying a tiger as the only reason to find a significant other.
I mean, is he wrong?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really see much of a more of a point to it than that.
I mean, yeah.
That's, kind of the peak
That's the only
relationship
way that
goal.
I would get married is if she had a tiger.
Quick, anyone thirsting after Frank, get a
Mike
tiger.
Tyson's dog.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, what's our next question? Was that our last question?
That was yeah. I mean, if anyone else has a topic,
What was the question? I don't remember.
that was all of our. Well, we only really had one question. The rest was just my brain.
I was gonna say we're just doing our recommendations and going off on tangents.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone else has anything else they would like to bring up,
Final note.
any grievances to add, any other requirements for a significant other?
Oh, I have a whole bunch. Don't you ask me.
Do I
Why
fill
was
out
that
any
a
of them,
threat?
Logan?
What, Nick?
Do I fill out any of them?
That is a yes.
I think so.
Good
All
for
right.
you guys. I love the happy couple.
I would never touch Logan with a 10-foot pole, by the way.
What are you talking about, Happy?
I wouldn't touch Logan with a 10-foot pole.
Damn, Nick.
I think this was the goodest time ever to end. So,
All right, yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in for week 3 of the Wallcast.
Nick, why are you doing that?
Nick's like, yeah,
Nick,
it's my
you
turn
can-
to shine.
No, Nick, if you want to wrap it up,
You know what, Nick?
You wanna wrap it
I'll
up,
give you
Nick?
the credit on the initiative there. But,
Goodbye,
man.
Jay Cantarelli.
oh my god. Yeah,
Oh
yeah!
my
I
God.
don't even know
Outro.
the joke about that!
Yes.
Fuck! I'm so mad! Oh,
All right,
I'm
Nick.
Jay Camarelli, and this is the Wallcast.
Oh my god.
I like that. All right.
Vanguard.
So yeah, thank you for listening and/or watching the Wallcast. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us where you follow anything.
Follow me on Twitch, Tesla's Only Pigeon.
Give us more topics to talk about so we can
Yep.
either go off on a wild tangent or tear apart your favorite thing.
Yeah.
As we
All
do.
right. I'm gonna stop the recording now, friends. But